you so much for joining us. So there were the fireworks, and then there were the statements of fact that were revealing, if you were listening closely. I want to play this one clip for you, and it's a question that a lot of folks have been having. Here is the testimony from Peter Strzok.
There were people within the campaign who were colluding or working with the government of Russia, that there is very little that would be of more importance to the FBI, or actually the expectation of the American people that we get to the bottom of it. The American people, I think, expect that. Frankly, any presidential candidate who might have that going on in their campaign, I think, would want to know about that and have the FBI get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, what was that last part? That any candidate would want to know about it. And the follow-up question that was obvious, although it was a Democrat that was asking that question, so they didn't follow up, was, if you think any candidate would want to know about it, did you guys inform then candidate Trump that you were investigating Russia trying to tamper with his campaign? And if no, why not? I mean, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, there are multiple questions that are emerging with this, even the fact that there appears to be more than one copy of the dossier which started this whole thing, and it in itself has multiple question marks and red flags that go up, and so you're bringing up a great point. This is raising many questions that we need to get to the bottom of this, and quite frankly, Peter Strzok is being masterful at avoiding answering the questions. In fact, in my opinion, his attitude and his unwillingness to be straightforward in his answers is exactly the attitude that we've gotten from the FBI in requesting them to turn over documents for months and months and months and months. It's to do everything within their power, and today with Peter Strzok, everything within his power to avoid being direct in his answers.
Well, I mean, one of the points of wanting to have a public hearing where it would be on TV and the American people could watch and judge for themselves was to listen to the way that he delivered his answers and see if he was credible. You know, there was one question, you know, where we will stop it, and it was Trey Gowdy who was saying, you know, what did that mean, we will stop it? Were you going to stop him from being president of the United States? And Peter Strzok said that he meant we, as in the American people, and we will stop it, he meant by voting. Did that strike
totally
you as believable? Yeah.
No, totally not believable. He was having a private one-on-one discussion with that through his text, and he was not referring to the American people of that. I'm totally convinced of it. And further, a week later, he had to the same individual, Lisa Page, a text where he was talking about the insurance policy, which obviously ties into the same thing. He was bound and determined. Look, this whole thing is about FBI corruption, and not only the corruption and bias that existed, but the willingness of certain individuals in the FBI, Peter Strzok being one of them, to use his status and his position to try to impact the election itself.
So
and he is not being honest in these answers.
What do you think, what's the outcome, what's the result, what's the benefit of what happened today? Because a lot of people will look at it and see evidence of what they already believed before it started.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem when you have a witness who is not forthcoming in his answers. Everyone goes away basically with no real new information. But I can assure you this, Melissa, we're going to go into that. We will take every step possible to get to the bottom of this. And we have given him an opportunity today to be honest, and he is taking every step he can to avoid being straightforward with us. So we will continue fighting. We'll continue taking every step within our power to get the answers and to clean up the corruption that exists in the FBI.
Congressman Hice, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much.
And another report card from the press, why our next guest says President Trump's tough talk on NATO